Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening on this, the day of my daughter's wedding. I come to you on this to ask you to listen to this, the Life Midwest podcast. Welcome to episode 93, everybody. I'm your host, Kevin Palmer. Got our Thai correspondent, Wes Shirley, down there.
Is this episode 93?
I hope I know how to count.
I don't know.
Or is it 92?
I think it's 92.
I think it's 92.
It's definitely probably not 92. It is, in fact,
92.
It's definitely 92.
All right, hold on. We got to redo this. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening on this, the day of my daughter's wedding. I'm asking you to listen to this, episode 92, Life Midwest podcast. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Kevin Palmer. We got our Thai correspondent, Wes Shirley, down there.
Hi.
And joining me to my right or left, depending on if this gets flipped or not when he edits. I don't know what he does when he does his magic. We got Seattle's best, but I don't mean the coffee, Lenny Wells.
This is my favorite opening bit that we've done in a long time. Hey, I'm walking here.
Join a washed up musician, a communications major, and an Army veteran, all originally hailing from the Midwest, as we talk about life and events that are both current and events. Today we got a pretty cool one for you guys, though. Bit of a sister episode to the cereal draft. Although nobody better make fun of my shit. We got bone-chilling music up this week. Each of us have selected a clip that we are going to defend to the death, much like Napoleon. And that was a French joke for Lenny, because he's French. And yeah, we're going to play a clip. You guys can check out the whole song. We'll provide a link to it. We're going to try to edit this in a way to where we're not infringing on copyright. And obviously, we don't own the music or anything like that. I'm going to go last because this is not a competition, but I think I'm going to smoke you both.
I would like to request to go last because I don't know if I quite understood the assignment. So I want to make sure that I would like to see what your guys' picks are and hear you describe them, so that way I know if I look like a total idiot.
I'll actually go first because I'm pretty sure I just have the best song. I don't know how bone chilling it is. I probably also did not understand the assignment. But I just haven't heard a song like that in so long. I have memories of hearing a song and hair sticks up on back of neck and I'm like, oh, this is so good. But this song that I'm going to show you, I haven't had that experience. It's just a really good song. So I'll share my screen. All right, let me know when you're both in here. There's no video. There's no lyrics either. So it's a pretty short boy. It's JID, who I've mentioned before on the podcast, probably way too many times. Dude's probably like, get my name out your mouth. But he's my favorite rapper currently, and probably he's a newer rapper, and I guarantee give him a decade, and he's gonna be like Eminem, Lil Wayne status, just best rapper around. And it's also featuring Denzel Curry, who's also just another insane rapper. I don't know how I'm gonna display this because the song's just cut into 2 verses, so each verse is a minute and a half or something like that. So I don't know how I'm gonna display this without getting copyrighted, smackdowned, but I'm just gonna hit play and see how we do.
I done did wrong, someone send me up vertically, horizontally. Read me a passage from Deuteronomy. Anything you can do to conquer the demon inside of me. Any meaning and truth from the Father, the Spirit guided me. I can bleed in the booth and leave a tooth as a souvenir for who was here. And if you're hearing it, you know the Spirit is imperative, imperial. Black man, pyramid, the pyramid. Jack man with the gas scratching off the cereal. Sack man, get the pack money in the envelope. bust it down the year, no ass man in the strip club, tell her bend it over, gon' give it to her, she been working for it, hey. You gon' make a nigga cop a burger for you, hey. You the bum, look, I got a turban for you.
All right, so that's JID's verse, which is, in my opinion, just, like top notch. His lyrical style, his vocab selection, it just flows so nicely over the fat beat. And then Denzel Curry comes in and just like also murders it.
So many y'alls, I'm bored, there's too many yawns. I got a lot of green, there's too many lawns. I'm still hot till I set in the dawn. Until a nigga rockin' Saint Laurent. We go together like Harry and Ron. Treat the microphone the same as a wand. Magic maxi pad. Denzel lust for blood, I grabbed the mag. Made you half a man, but not a sag. Flow was ugly, time to bust a sag. Clint Eastwood, I killed the good and bad. Oh my God, would you look at that? How to kill an ego. JID and Zell, Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Wes, I think you understood the assignment.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really good. So like I know you've like talked about JID a lot on the podcast previously. And I kept forgetting to listen to him, but his voice almost sounds like a mix of Kendrick and Anderson .Paak. Like it's like he sounds like those two guys mixed together. And then I don't know, I wasn't really. It's a really good song. I think Denzel's verse gets better on the second half of it.
It's more intense.
Well, it's not even that it's like more intense, but like the way the slow tempo of it kind of like threw me off coming from JID. Which I mean, I guess is like probably like a good thing to differentiate the two before he like kind of ramps up. But no, it's a really good song.
And it was hard to pick which JID song I wanted to play because he just has so many bangers. It was a throw up between did I want to display JID, who every song's a banger, or there's a song by Lil Dicky, How Can You Sleep, which is like Lil Dicky's a good rapper, but like I wouldn't say he's like the best rapper around. But then How Can You Sleep is probably one of the hardest rap songs ever made. Like he just goes on and goes on and goes on at a high intensity for like a pretty long verse. Anyways. That's what I have.
Yeah, I think in an age where a lot of rappers are doing something similar, I feel like JID is somebody who, ever since you've shown me him, I've just kind of felt differently about. I think I saw this great clip that described it really, really well, but a lot of rappers use that Future type of style where it's like that triplet kind of rhythm, and it just gets old. And sometimes it's more about the flow and the word choice, and I think you picked a good song.
So what's the song that you've brought to the table today?
You ever have like a hope or a dream and you just see someone just completely obliterate like that objective, like in a good sense, and you're just like, fuck, I can't do that, and you just give up?
Okay.
Like, I see of the thing.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, think of the thing that you've always wanted to do, and you just see this, and you're like, well, I can't do that, so I just fucking give up.
Okay.
So, the band I've chosen is Periphery. The song's called Satellites. It's a 9-minute song off of their second most recent album. It is an album closer. It is probably top 3 album closers of all time in any book of any genre that I listen to actively, which is a lot. If you know me, I listen to just about everything. And I give just about everything a shot. My dad was a radio DJ for over 30 years, so I grew up, cross genres and cross culture. Wes has definitely helped with polishing that palette with rap and hip hop. Thank you, Wes. So because this is a 9-minute song, I'm gonna show you guys about a minute of it. But it's definitely the most intense part of the song, and it's just where everything is just coming together, and this is easily my 100th time listening to this song, and it is still sends down my spine. So, without further ado. Yeah, so just that's obviously all the same vocalist, but just an amazing talent, I think, to be able to have that range, to be able to have that strong and solid of a quality scream, and then still have that like that pop rock voice when you need to like let off the throttle a little bit. Just incredible.
Down in the blue, damaged by the new. Beyond the tide, far from all. But this is us, this is life, it's suicide. We're all 10 feet tall, rolling in that ball.
I like the song, the sample, of course. I haven't heard the whole thing. The video distracted heavily away from the point where it transitioned to like where the drummer was doing those like brrr, and the guitarist was matching that, where it almost sounded like it was looping. The video was flashing out of sync, and that almost gave me a seizure. But other than that, it's super impressive that they were able to like synchronize, unless they like jump cut it, but I'm assuming they performed that live, where they just like go from melodic heavy to like a breakdown that was like really well synchronized between the guitarist and drummer. It sounded really nice.
Yeah, pretty solid song. I think I'm gonna have to give the whole thing a listen to. I've seen one of my old Army buddies was talking about Periphery the other day. I don't know if I think they just like put something new out. Am I
New
wrong about
album
that?
just came out on the 10th. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So, yep, that's what that was about. So I guess I'll have to fucking give them a listen to because I've never even heard of them.
I'll send you an entire playlist. There's a 16-minute song about Trump too. You'll like that. It's called Reptile.
That sounds way too long. That sounds way too long. Okay, so, no, but it's good.
Yeah. 5 guys from Silver Springs, Maryland. 3 guitarist band, and just incredibly technical drummer. Just it feels like they took the best of each instrument and somehow threw them in a blender. And that's that. I know those are heavy words, but you just really high caliber people from each corner of like the instrument that makes up a band, and just threw them in a pot in a room. And just incredibly talented people, really talented guys. So hey, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna see if we have time for Learning West with Ty, that burp, and Lenny's pick. Stick around. Welcome back to the Life Midwest podcast. On the other side of the break, it's your host, Kevin Palmer, Lenny Wells, and Wes Shirley. Hey, if you're looking for ways to support us or the music that we're sharing, well, I guess that doesn't really work, but whatever. We have a PayPal set up. This costs money to run the show at paypal.me/thelifemidwest. The jokes are free, but Lenny's face as I tell stupid jokes is priceless. We also have, yeah, like that. We also have a plethora of ways you can interact with our social media manager, Lenny, at all major social platforms at The Life Midwest. You can also check out our website at thelifemidwest.com. You can also email us at support@thelifemidwest.com. And what helps us out the most is, of course, telling your friends about us, getting the word out, spreading the word, and leaving us a review on your favorite listening platform. I do understand that Google is rebranding how it does podcasts. I think they're expanding into YouTube for podcast listening. I don't know how soon that's going to happen, but apparently we'll have comments and likes and dislikes and ratings, and at least that's what I assume. So more on that to come once we figure out what the hell's going on over there, but that'll be good to know. It's been a fun episode. Hope you guys like what Wes and I shared so far. We're gonna jump right back into it and see what Lenny's got for us. Lenny?
Okay, so I feel like my pick's a little cliche now after listening to your guys, because they're genres that I listen to, but not artists that I listen to. So the song I picked, it has like a really deep, like emotional resonance with me. And again, this is I feel like if we're gonna talk about songs that give us chills or affect us in a way, that I don't think cliche is a bad way to go. The song I picked is "One More Light" by Linkin Park. It was the last studio album they recorded before Chester's death, and let's see, I heard like the single version of this because that came out, I think, maybe like 6 months before he passed. And I didn't, I had gotten out of touch with like music, just generally, that if it wasn't Alkaline Trio, we lost Kevin's video. There we go. We got him back.
I just refocusing.
Oh, anyways, so like the only band like I really hardcore follow is Alkaline Trio. Anybody that knows me knows that. So I wasn't in sync with the release date for this album, and I was driving to Oregon for work one day, and that's like a 4-ish hour drive where I was going, and it came up on my Pandora because I'm a savage that uses Pandora still. And so I just went down this rabbit hole and found the album, found the song, and it really had an impact on me, because for me, Linkin Park, it really, I mean, I built friendships on the back of like Linkin Park with you, Kevin, and Matt. When we were attempting to get a band together in high school, they were like a really big, in junior high even, they were a super big influence on us.
Shout out to Matt. I had lunch with him last week. He'll be on the show at some point this year.
Heck yeah. But anyways, so I imagine most people have heard the song. But if not, we're gonna go with it and see how this goes. So I have started it at like a chorus. So just let me know when you guys are ready.
Yep, I'm good.
Wes?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, or quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do.
All right, I don't think we really need to listen to more than that. You get the idea.
Well, I've got goosebumps. I think you understood the assignment.
I like the first time I heard that song, like I said, I was driving to Oregon, and I just fucking break down crying in my car. I'm like, and then I did the same thing when they released the most recent single, that they kind of did like a super cut from the Meteora recordings with Lost on the way to work.
I fucking ugly cried, dude.
Yeah,
I had a good ugly cry.
yeah, like I knew it was coming, and I didn't I didn't want to ugly cry on the way home from work, lest I show up like my face all puffy and Brittany going, "Did you get fired? Are you like are we in trouble?" Um, but so yeah, I ugly cried on the way to work when that came out. Um, there's I don't know. I tend to have a like that chill reaction, the goosebumps with a lot of different kinds of music. But you know, when Kevin, when you brought up the topic, this is kind of like the first thing that popped in my head. So, yeah, that's my pick.
And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Is not necessarily the first thing you thought of, but generally the first thing that comes to your mind when you mention something like this is usually like one of the best things that you can share. And real quick, I mean, some people are probably sick of me talking about Linkin Park, especially if you're like close to me. With this 20th anniversary of Meteor coming out, which I want to do an entire episode on, and talk about mental health and Chester's struggles, but I'll reserve that for another time because I'm sure Wes is kind of fuming or foaming at the mouth and eyes with the time this week. But I genuinely think this is a great pick, Lenny, because yeah, I think it's a nice little precursor to an episode that we're gonna have a really great discussion on come April when the 20th anniversary album drops.
All right, well, good. I felt really self-conscious about my pick.
It's okay to feel things, Lenny.
That's what my therapist says.
That's what mine says too. Wes, any thoughts?
So I haven't heard that song actually. I haven't listened to the newest Linkin Park album. After I heard of the passing of Chester, I have only listened to older music. I don't know if I have like a mental block of listening to the new stuff, but like I cry at the song "The Messenger" from I don't even is it Minutes to Midnight or it's an old one. It's an old album. Yeah. The song "The Messenger" literally gets me teary every time, and I like old Linkin Park because it's harder, and I like the new Linkin Park that other than the newest album because it's like experimental. But I just never like. There's only sometimes I want to feel things, and I don't want to dive into. All right, I'm gonna listen to probably the last album that this person I really respect made, and I'm not ready for that yet.
I think that's what was so hard about listening to Lost when it came out, and I think that's where Lenny's coming from too when he was talking about it, because like obviously like there's an eeriness of listening to the voice of someone who you know is no longer with us, but it's just now that he's gone, it almost gives it like a second or third layer of meaning because you really pay attention to the words and the lyrics and just deep down what he was really feeling, and it's like you're almost crying for multiple reasons. Like, yes, it's like it's so like eerily good to hear his voice again, but also just the lyrics.
I think I mean I think if even just listening to that, actually I don't know if One More Light was the single. I think it was Heavy, but that's not the point. I think what I'm trying to get at is that if you listen to this album, it's really kind of front and center, and it like hindsight is a bitch, especially like when it comes to things of this nature and in this subject matter, but it really feels like something that should, I mean, again, we can save this whole discussion for another day, but I think it comes through even more before, with this album, before Lost comes out, and then when they did release that, it's more of like that, instead of like a gut punch, it's the follow up uppercut. Yes, so anyways, yeah, I literally just got goosebumps like in this discussion. So
yeah. Well, this was fun, guys. This was really fun. I'm gonna preserve Wes's sanity and skip over learning less of time. We'll just have to double up next week. But it's been real. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Let's do the shout outs. Lenny, what do you got for us, man?
So I'm gonna shout out my wife Brittany. She's going through school right now, studying and learning massage therapy. So shout outs to her and her continued betterment. I enjoy being her test dummy. Kevin, normally in this, like, I would shout the both of you guys out for creating the show, right? And I'd still like to do that, but I want to give you a special shout out today because this is like a really good topic for discussion. It turned out a lot better than like I worried it was going to. So, not like for you guys, just for my own, like I said, personal pick. I want to shout out. Linkin Park and just all those guys. They're always going to hold a special place, and not only my heart and soul, but a lot of other people's too. So, and then yeah, that's all I've got for shout outs. It kind of ended like depressing. Sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have gone last.
Wes?
I'd like to give a shout out to my wonderful and beautiful wife, Huey. She's behind the very real, very secure recording booth. And I'm probably giving her extra anxiety because we got to get going here. So shout out to her. Shout out to both of you. I liked both of your songs. I'm going to have to give them both a deeper listen, and all of Linkin Park for that matter. Their newest album and newest songs and stuff like that. And I've never even what was the name of the band? Periphery. Yep, I'm gonna have to give a listen to Periphery. I'm so far out of the rock scene, and that song sounds promising to jump back into it. I'm gonna double up on a shout out to Linkin Park. Easily the best band of my lifetime. I don't think there's a more iconic or more influential or more powerful band. And it's a tragedy what has happened, and it's kind of really sad to talk about it, but I'm glad that we got to talk about it on our show a little bit. And shout out to mothers, because we do that here. Go moms.
Kevin?
I'm going to triple up on that shout out to Linkin Park. I think I think we're so lucky that one generation we have a band that comes along that impacts so many people, from a relatable level to an enjoying entertainment level. I think for our parents, it was, I don't want to say the Beatles, but you get my point when I say the Beatles, I guess. And I think for us, it's Linkin Park. I think it's just one of those bands that just everyone can come to and be like, yeah, I like this song. Eminem. So, want to shout out you guys for your picks. Want to shout out to the guys in Periphery for a really great album that just dropped last week, and looking forward to making the playlist for Wes and Lenny. Hey, let's donate the proceeds to this episode if we get any donations to getting Lenny the fuck out of Pandora and into at least even Spotify. God, Jesus Christ, even Spotify.
I pay for YouTube, so I have YouTube Premium, so I think that's better.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Want to shout out my amazing future wife Ashley. Wedding planning has come along great, and I just have a wonderful partner in crime, and I'm just so fucking lucky to have her and be with her. And
hey, tell her I'm sorry for waking her up.
No, that's my fault. It's okay. It's me who's going to be sorry after this. And then I also lastly want to shout out my mom. I appreciate you and everything that you do. And make sure you call your mom. Make sure you tell someone you love them. All that good stuff that we say every week here on the show. Don't forget again to leave us a review on your favorite listening platform, and check out all the different ways you can support us. So until then, we will see you guys next Saturday and every Saturday here on the Life Midwest podcast. Take care. Have a good one.
Deuces.
Bye.